So this is my second video of redrawing my cringe old art. I don't feel like this intro needs to be very long or there's much else to explain, so without further ado, I'll just get into the video. The first drawing I am doing is of these three characters. These characters are actually pets that I used to have many years back that I just drew as humans. This was the original drawing and I drew them all as like farm girls. Though at one point I did put the picture in Procreate and like draw over it and then color it in. And that's good because I at least knew what color scheme I wanted to use ahead of time. Out of the three of them, Heather was the biggest one and she was kind of the leader in a way. Julie was my personal favorite because she loved people and she would let you pet her and she was very sweet. Kitty was my least favorite because she was very skittish and did not like people at all. She was very pretty. She had like a really nice black coat with some white on her belly, and she looked very nice and kind, and she never got in any fights, unlike Heather and Julie. They would constantly get in fights, and I would have liked her a lot more if she would just let me get around her. For the original designs, it was very simple, very basic. I didn't really know what I wanted them to look like as humans. If I remember correctly, I actually think that I wanted to do this in the first place because of an episode from a television show that one of my siblings watched. I think that it was called like Goldie and Bear. The show was just about like, you know, Goldilocks and one of the three bears, who's the kid, and they're actually best friends. And they like go all around in like the fairy tale world, whatever, doing stuff. And I do not remember exactly how this happened, but I do remember in one episode there's like this horse or something, and she gets turned into like a human. And I think she's the one that likes being the human, and then the other horse, who I don't remember if he's her brother or just her friend or something, I think he's the one who wants to go back to being a horse. I don't exactly remember the plot. I just remember that it had something to do with this girl that was a horse being turned into a person. So that's what inspired me, and like I said, I didn't really know how to do it. I think that the first designs were just very boring, and the same thing with the Procreate version. It was more interesting because it was in color, but at the same time, I didn't really like the outfit I put Julie in. So instead of a dress that looked very similar to Heather's, I decided to just put her in overalls. Also, I don't feel like the hair suited her at all. I don't think that her hair would be styled like that, so I just changed it to a simple ponytail and thought it was much cuter. Heather's design was easy because I already liked the original design kinda. I just wanted to add like some frills to her dress, give her some actual shoes. I don't know why I didn't give her shoes in the original drawing. And if those are supposed to be shoes, what are those? Those look like socks, not shoes. Her hair color was also fine. I really like the colors that I picked for Heather's design. Kitty was also alright. Again, I just gave her better shoes and a little bit more to her dress, not a whole lot. There wasn't much I wanted to do for her design. Honestly, Julie was the one who changed the most. I feel like the shoes in this picture were actually pretty good, and like I talked about it in my last video, I am so bad at drawing shoes. But in this one, I actually think that they looked pretty great. I still definitely need to practice, but overall, I like it. I decided not to give them any of their accessories. I don't really know why, I just didn't really want to draw them, and honestly, I didn't think that they brought anything to the picture. I really just wanted to better convey their personalities, which is also something I focused a lot on in my first video. For the background, I just decided to go simple, not at a barn. I normally don't really draw backgrounds for pictures because I'm not too good at it, but I'm just trying to improve with that, and I think starting out simple is good. That's all for this design, and here's a new and old picture side by side. Next up, I am drawing this character that I named Coral Wonderstar. I left this up in a poll for you guys to choose who I would draw, and this is the character who won. I thought that the girl with the purple dress and Coral Wonderstar would be like neck and neck for who would get chosen for this video, but no, Coral won by like a landslide. The girl with the purple dress didn't even get chosen. The one that I was most scared to draw was the girl with the dog, who I think got like 1 vote. Honestly, I was pretty chill drawing Coral or the girl with the purple dress. I had a bunch of ideas for Coral and that girl, but when I actually sat down to draw Coral Wonderstar, all the ideas just kind of left my brain. First I was thinking, hey, let's make her have like wavy ocean hair. I don't know, that would be really cool. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. Well, maybe she could have like an ocean themed outfit. That would be really cool. And I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. And I was like, well, maybe she should have like a jellyfish hat on her head, because in the original picture she had a jellyfish on her shirt. But then I thought, well, why not make her a mermaid? But she has jellyfish tentacles? Lately, I have been obsessed with drawing mermaids for some reason. I have no idea why, but I just have been. So this was fun and exciting to draw Coral as a mermaid jellyfish. As you can see, I did something different with her hair than I did in the original design. I tried to make her hair kind of like curly in the original design, but I obviously did not know how to make curly hair. I just decided to change it because I didn't really like how it looked anyway. And I also gave her like a little starfish in her hair, because for the original design I drew like a bunch of stars around her, but I didn't know how to draw like an actual star. I did not learn how to draw like an actual proper star until I was in like late middle school, which is embarrassing to admit. This drawing definitely looks a lot different from the original, but I really like it that way. The original design honestly wasn't that creative, and the shirt was boring, and in my first video I did say that like I had trouble drawing clothes on my characters, and it is definitely apparent there. I was trying really hard to make her look like amazing, like a fantasy character, I don't know, and it just flopped. I mean, like, she's supposed to be a fantasy character or something, like I just said, and she looks like she got a t-shirt from Walmart. I don't think you're gonna be going to Narnia and just seeing a Walmart in the middle of the forest. So for this redesign, I honestly didn't do much with her top either, so I do really like her eyes though. I think they're pretty and much better than those demon-looking eyes in the original drawing. This design definitely changed a lot. I left out and put in a lot of new things, but overall I think it looks pretty great. Here is the new and old drawing side by side. For the last drawing of this video, I did a character that I have had for a long time. She's an old OC of mine that I made, how long ago was it? I think 2020. Her design hasn't changed much, and her personality hasn't changed much. But a bunch of characters that are in like the same universe as her have changed a lot, and I have made a bunch of animations for them on my YouTube channel. Her name is Delta, and she is made of water. She is a very sarcastic person and honestly very pessimistic as well. She doesn't really get along with people except for her polar opposite, whose name is Laurel. She is a fairy who is very optimistic and always looks for the good in people, unlike Delta, who tends to see the bad side of people most of the time. But throughout the story that I made for my OCs, she kind of warms up to people with Laurel's help. For the drawing that I am redoing, this was one of the first times that I actually really drew Delta. Like, I had drawn concepts of her, or what I thought she should look like, and I did this for a long time, but that was one of the first times I really drew like her finalized design that I truly liked and didn't think would change. I have drawn her quite a few times since that drawing that I did in 2023, I think was the year that I did that one, along with all the other characters, and I've drawn them together too. So there isn't much to say about like redesigning her character, since I didn't like redesign it, I just redrew it in like a better style that I have now and just like more updated. The biggest difference is her eyes. I used to draw eyes just like that all the time, and I really hate the way that they look. They're just so boring, and there really isn't like an interesting color to them. All the eyes are just completely black, and they just kind of look soulless and sad. So I'm happy that I draw eyes differently, and I try to make them look different for each one of my characters. Since she has like a bit of a fiery personality, I decided to like give her bright orangish, reddish, yellow eyes, because I thought that would really pop since her entire design is just blue. I used to draw her so her entire body was wavy, but I didn't really like that since it was too hard to draw, especially with the hands. And I know it probably doesn't make much sense since her hair is the only part that's kind of wavy, but I just draw like that now. This one was definitely the easiest one to draw since I've already drawn her other times before. But here's a new and old picture side by side. If I were to rank these, I think Heather, Julie, and Kitty are in first, Coral Wonderstar is in second, and Delta is in third. Thank you for watching the video the entire way through, and I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know who was your favorite in the comments below. Goodbye!